Welcome to more spoopy time. Cap, what are we playing today?
We're playing Higurashi, quite possibly one of the best visual novels and anime series ever crafted in the horror genre.
So I've never played this before, so I don't know any twists, I don't know any spoilers, I don't know even any characters' names. So I'm going in this 100% blind. So this will be interesting.
I
Yeah.
am going 90% blind. I have never played the novel. I played maybe 5 minutes of it, but I've seen the anime.
So you know what happens in the story and that it's creepy and horror and things like that.
It spooked me quite a bit, yeah.
Oh dear. All right, we'll get through it together. Alrighty. Let's go with English because I've been doing Duolingo, but not quite enough. English. Hello. Uh,
I
English.
forgot that was an issue. You have to do it like 2 centimeters above, I think.
Is that normal?
I don't know.
As in, you've seen that before?
I Not to my memory, no. But it has happened with a different visual novel.
Ah, with a different visual novel. Okay, give me a second.
But I think they were made on the same program.
I mean, if it's a renpai where a lot of them are made. Not saying that it is necessarily renpai, but if it is, let me let me just. Oops, no. Um. Keeps moving it across. All right. Uh. Hmm. This is being obtuse. I'm not going to be able to function if I have to not put my mouse on things. This you can still see this though. It's just a smaller screen, so I can't manually resize the window by the look. Usually in RenPy ones, you can manually resize the window, but that is a setting you can turn off. Uh, if I could full screen it without it just like disappearing, mm, or if there was a larger size, we'll leave it at this because that's our best compromise, I suppose.
Oh well, shall be right.
Yeah, you should be able to see it full screen because I've only shared the application window, I think, to you.
I can see full
Oh,
screen, so
actually, there's a point. One moment. Um, it won't work for me, but it'll work for everybody else. Un momento. Add a source. Add a game capture. Higurashi. And we're looking for this one. We'll get there when we find it.
I believe in you. You can do it.
That should look right now.
It does look very good on stream, so
Yeah. So, it's small for me, but it's large for everybody else. So that'll do. works, right? Cool. Alrighty. Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Please do not lament. I will forgive you, even if the world will not forgive you. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me?
Oh, you forgot a line. Please do not lament. I'll forgive you if you never forget the word. Ah,
But it's the same line as the one above.
it's not. It's like forgive me or forgive the world. There was two different lines.
Oh no, I
It's all right. Where are
misunderstood.
we? 1983 was it or 1963? I didn't quite see it.
Not
This is proceeding. I'm not
1983.
clicking. It's proceeding without us. If I was going to be ripped
If I
apart
was going to be
anyways.
ripped off,
Oh, sorry. We haven't just. I don't know who's talking here. Oh, it's. I'm not.
you
I
can go
swear I'm
for this
not
one.
clicking through. It's going on its own. I still trust her, even in this very moment. I trust her. Is this the main character? I'm starting to
Just
realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. Oh my gosh. Is somebody being hacked up with an axe? It sounds like
maybe,
it.
who knows?
It was
And
such.
those tears,
Oops.
make
Yep.
it a mess.
Mechanical repetitive silence
And
finally
then
stilled and everything felt solid. Far out. You have to read fast. Only the cry of the cicadas remained annoyingly loud. And yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She is no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there was none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. This definitely sounds like somebody killed her. Specifically this person. Then
but
why this.
why? This pain, my eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough. And countless times I wavered over whether I should just throw the bad thing away. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away, even knowing that I chose to believe it, didn't I? Only I can understand the painful struggle, and I appreciate it. Hey, me? I've tried more than enough. I've acknowledged that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind, with her, like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up, and with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. The adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. Oh no!
Mm-mm.
I loved you. I loved how demure you were.
So mindful.
Because this would be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is this is my first and last bouquet of flowers for you.
He is definitely chopping her up. I'm assuming it's a he. I might be mistaken.
I really did love you. Oh boy, that was good.
Um,
Uh,
farewell. Bid your love goodbye. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. Yeah, they have. Wonder what she's apologizing for. I felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. Oh, this is a different scene. We're on a train. It's been a while since I last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. The skyscrapers and multi-lane roads. The melodious cacophony of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks. The cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Ah! Cicadas when they cry. That's what this is called. Rather than evening cicadas specifically, but that's usually when cicadas go crazy. Rather than make me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There's nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints. There aren't even vending machines. Oh no! No music
Oh,
stores, no restaurants, no arcades. Even an ice cream parlor would be unlikely. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's like an hour away by bike. Come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlor. Yeah, right? Like, you all these
poor
things
kid.
and then you just don't use them. Should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody's still apologizing. Who's she apologizing to? She's apologized so much, just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed for whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. Then, has she done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done. But if it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey you, the one she's apologizing to. Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. Keiichi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. Ah! We were sleeping? Not on the train? Unless we fell asleep? No, we were on the train and then fell asleep.
A little
Somehow.
nappy vibe.
Uh... Keiichi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seems the train had reached its final stop. We spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window in the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. Yeah, this is true. From there, we take
POV
a...
going to West Queensland.
Sorry?
POV going to West Queensland.
Yeah, probably. I think there is a train that goes now. It's very long and very slow. Like, the train is so incredibly slow. Anyways, apparently. I've not actually been on it. The long train. From there, we take a car deeper into the mountains. Yeah, this seems about right. It's lots of trees, though. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now. Ah, Hinamizawa. Hinamizawa.
Him as
There we go.
well.
Himizawa. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna like trip over half of these names, I think.
No, it's okay. I watched the anime 7 times and I still can't pronounce the characters' names.
Don't they say them out loud?
Oh, they do. I'm just very bad at pronouncing.
Ah, that's alright. We'll get through it. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange you could fill up your lungs with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighbouring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, Hinamizawa.
Close enough.
Hinamizawa. Got it. Hinamizawa. I learned that even air had its own taste. It really does.
Maybe I should stop breathing the city air then. Oh, I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for brekkie.
Yeah. I don't know if we trade off. I still haven't seen who our character is, so I don't know if you want to be MC or if I'm MC and you want to be the other
True.
people.
Can I be my favorite female character?
Sure, that means I'll
Because
have
I
to be the
can
MC.
practice my voice.
All
Yes,
right.
of
So
course.
how about if I be MC, then you can be the other characters, and that should be enough training off, I think, because they're probably the
Sure.
other speaker in the scene. Okay, I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably working until the early morning. Dad had rather an unconventional job as a painter. Is it unconventional? Painter's a pretty normal job. It's such a laid-back profession.
No,
Is
as in
it?
he was like a artist painter, not like a painter
Oh.
painter.
Why? Why did my brain... Seriously though, why did my brain instantly go to... No, I think you'd have to be up at 6 a.m. with the builders and the chippies and the sparkies and all that, doing house building, painting. Why did I think it was painting houses, painter? Oh my gosh. That is exactly... I didn't even think of like... Because they normally say an artist, right? They normally say a job as an artist, but I guess painting is a specific type of artist. So,
I thought the exact same thing when I first watched the anime, until I learned his family was considerably wealthy.
so it'd be like expensive paintings and stuff. Yeah. Because it's like
it goes deep in the anime.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Because I just was a painter. Oh yeah, like building houses, not building houses, but like the part of building houses, which is the painting. Anyways, get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. That I guess, but like you still have to, whatever. People think work from home is like do what you want when you want. It's like you still got to have a routine. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. Yeah, I guess if that's what he's doing. Giving us a bad rep for us work from home people. Anyways. I was so jealous of that. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that, though. My mum laid breakfast...
More than
Yeah, right? Mum laid breakfast out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. Very traditional breakfast. My mum was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mum never squandered any time or effort. Okay, that's fair. If he doesn't have a schedule, then yeah, he is living the stereotypical life. She hummed a little tune as she brought over miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Kaiichi. Kaiichi. I'm gonna say Kaiichi. Oh. This is the mum. Sorry, I should have let you be that. So the main character's name is Kaiichi.
Since you moved here, Keiichi.
Oh, Keiichi. Right, that's an ER. Yeah. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. That's you.
Oh, happy enough.
Pile it on. First, I savoured the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. Oh yeah, good bowl of rice is nice. After that, I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent, as usual. Watching me clean my plate, my mum gave me a smile.
I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since you moved here, Keiichi.
I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast mum made me each morning. That was probably the only way I could protest after being forced to attend cram school. I guess that's what you would call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. Oh, that's a bit rude. At some point, she's gonna stop making any for you and just make it for herself. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Yeah, I'd slap him too. Right? Mindful of the time, Mum rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up with Reina-chan?
Oh yes, that's me.
Hurry.
Hurry.
Oh, sorry, that whole line was you. I'm sorry. Mum
This
said,
is confusing.
yeah, it doesn't show you who's talking. Mum really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Raina is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I...
Cute.
Sorry?
That's so cute. Ew. Sorry.
The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. I guess. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Raina wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door.
Please thank Rena-chan for the pickles.
Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would save them a bit more. I don't know who this is. Morning! Let's both say morning. That makes sense. They would say it as well. I just realised this is... Yeah. Okay, so... I really hope they're going to make it obvious who's talking here, otherwise there's going to be a mess.
Good morning.
Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You were always so early. You should try slipping in sometime.
If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting, tee-hee.
I'm assuming that's the way around it was? She's so conscientious and such a good person. Ah,
If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind.
I think maybe that was me. I think I would say that. Yeah. I was just thinking, that's just the kind of thing he would say. It's like, if that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Because we're not the conscientious type, apparently.
Hey, Ethan, you're so cold. I wait for you all the time.
I'll leave you in the dust without looking back.
Why are you so mean? Why?
Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. That is... Dude, I'd slap you now. Don't go back in time to slap you. I'll just slap you now. I'm kidding. I'd wait for you. Okay. He's kidding. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red.
Thank you.
I'd wait for it.
Oh,
That's me. I'd wait forever until you came, Rena. No matter how long. That's you.
Forever?
Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Oh, he's still teasing her! Have you ever read a romance novel, Rena?
I haven't. Never read any before.
From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from Mum. She says thanks for the pickles.
Oh, it was nothing. You're welcome. How were they? Not too salty?
They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavour to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one who pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mum?
Why do you ask? Were they too salty?
Her attitude changed completely. She began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rena, or was it your mum? Obviously you know now, dude.
Why are you asking who made them? Why, Keiichi-kun?
Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, you are, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. Yes! Yes, you are. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response.
It was me.
Delicious.
Huh?
Pretty good, just like the last ones. It went perfectly with the rice. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It was truly a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Rena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. She has already! Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you handle it like an average person. The teasing, I guess. No, that's not how bullying works, my dude. Or so I decided for myself. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keeps spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryogu. Oh no, Ryu.
Regatoni.
No, Ryu Ugu. Oh no, the U, it's U or U. It's Ryu Ugu. Oh, man, that's hard.
Spaghetti ragu?
No! No! We gotta get the name right. Should get a pronunciation. I should have practiced my vowels. Ryugu. It's Ryugyu. Because it's an extended...
Something like that.
Ryugu.
Something like that.
Ryugu. Okay. I've only known her for about a month, and you're teasing her like this? Seriously. But I've come to realize it's not just a name that's strange. Alright.
Mi-chan, good morning.
Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved.
Oh, finally, you two are late.
Usually you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the vigilant Rena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. You have to give her a different voice. She's Mion. Okay. Mion Sonozaki. That one's easy. Sonozaki.
Oh
Mion
my gosh.
Sonozaki.
Got it correct. Very good.
Well, all you have to do is parse out the vowels, but sometimes I forget what noise the vowels make. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class.
Morning, Rena, and it's been a while, Kei-chan. How many years?
I was only off by 2 days. Only off 2 days, sorry.
Aha! You don't say. You were so much cuter back then.
Mion's gaze started at my chest, then dropped straight down, focusing at the point between my legs. Oh my gosh. So she was saying it was my crotch that was cuter back then. Okay. Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never tried to show it to her. I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised. Not only is he big, he has a little mustache now. Oh my gosh. What the heck is this? I'll introduce you properly next time. Be sure to greet him properly. What is this? Is this appropriate for Twitch, Cap? What is this?
Skip. We'll just ignore this happened.
Okay.
Never happened.
Filing up the morning air indeed. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes.
Gotcha. Time for the big reel. Hope you don't regret it. Oh. Skip.
What are you doing? Rena tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. Okay,
This never happened.
You said there was a horror story.
Well,
This is not cutesy. Also, cutesy to horror is usually how it goes. Doesn't usually take this kind of detour, generally speaking. Here we go. How was it? Oh, that's you, sorry.
How was it seeing the city again?
Oops. Accidentally clicked extra. Oh, that was me. Can I go back? Me on switch gears, dropping the dirty talk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning. I only went for a funeral, I didn't have much time. Oh, this is you.
So yeah, did you look for it? The thing I asked you for? You're not listening at all, Keiichi-kun. How?
No, that's just me. You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have time to look around in the toy stores. And now that's you.
This. Toy stores and hobby stores are completely different, you know.
Oh. That's still you.
It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here, after all.
That's you.
Is this about games again, Mi-chan?
Mion nodded proudly as Reina giggled.
Yep, I wanted Kei-chan to bring me back a Westport catalog, you see.
Westport was short for Western Imported Games. Okay, that's interesting. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. I think that's Reina?
Yeah. You can just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you?
That's,
Well, guess I have to now. Mion. I'm going to get another game full of hot action. This time, I like the game that's easy to understand.
Mion is a board and card game enthusiast. I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Reina, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games. If there's a game
you
I don't know who's
understand,
talking.
let me play too.
Yeah, I don't know who's talking here.
He, of course. If Kei-chan is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough.
I think that's Reina. Reina.
Just what I want. I play all sorts of games. I don't intend to lose.
Well, then we'll let you in the group this time, I guess. Oh, no, that's her. Oh my gosh.
This time, I guess.
Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and her expression perked up even further.
I thought boys preferred playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to.
Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. I understood they all did what they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'd have to try harder to fit in so they won't feel like they have to try and make me feel welcome. You could try not teasing one of your friends so much, actually. I felt like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should be about right for this place. There's a random machinery in the background there. Oh, Hinamizawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. Yeah, I've seen schools like that.
Sounds like somebody needs a hydrate.
A what? I do. Yes.
Hydrate.
Thank you.
What would you know? Someone redeemed one.
Ah,
Oh,
look at that.
wowzers.
That's crazy.
What a coincidence. What do you have with you today?
I have water. It's very exciting. H2O. to the O.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking the chat. So, you've got a, somebody has a chat in each one. So let me choose it for the restream. Oh, Snacko. For the Snacko. Ugh. Here. I've got some more of those, they're not Corinthian brand, but they're Corinthian biscuit. Summerberry tart
Wonderful.
flavored creme wafers. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah,
Raspberry.
only.
Cookies. Delectable.
Sorry.
Oh. I have Skittles.
Skittles are pretty good. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? It's interesting that Restream, which is what I'm using to do the dual stream, is the only spot that actually has the two chats. What happened? Anyways, so
Yes.
I might have to put that as my chat window over the top of that one. Now I can see when things happen. Cool. Chat settings. Actually, let me just check chat settings real quick to make sure I've got... Oh, I can do both. Okay, I might do that later. Not right now, while we're in the middle of stream though. Okay. Not only is that class encompassed all grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels and they all study in the same class. I'm told that long ago there used to be a bigger school building that actually had to separate classes. However, it seems something that made it something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've gotten quite used to it already. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. Okay, so if there's only like 30 kids in the whole class, they make up a full 10% of that class. I'm just saying. There can't be like lots of other characters in this school. Especially if they're all
Only,
ages.
I think, 5 speaking characters besides MC.
But like, between MC and the two we've met already, that's like a third of the class. Sorry, a 10% of the class already.
That's true.
So I was meant to slide the door
That's
open
not
and
many
enter
kids
the
at
room
all.
first. Too bad I wasn't gonna fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead. Oh.
Oh, no, that's all on.
Is it? Okay, to think you'd give up the lead here. You meant for this to be a test of my skills. What the heck's going on? Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face. Oh, that was you. Okay. What? Okay, that's you.
What is it, you guys?
Step back, Raina.
Step back, Renner. It's dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
She's here. I don't know who's talking.
Oh? That's Renner.
Yep.
And Sadako-chan is...
You can kind of tell when Raina is talking, but yeah. Her name was Satoko Hoju. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid.
So with that, I have a very funny story of Sadako Hojo.
Yeah.
For the time being, her name's pronounced Sadako Hojo, and she's very important in some arcs in this anime.
Okay. Oops. I don't know why I did that. I must have right-clicked. The way she talks was annoying. is annoying. The way she... No, whatever. The way she talks was annoying, but that would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Satoko. A haughty laugh came from beyond the door. I guess that's you.
Excellent, Kei-chan. I guess he means you won this round.
No, this is Sadako we're talking about. Oh no, that's Reina there. Well, no, maybe.
Sadako-chan we're talking about.
After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Sadako liked to combine a variety of traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one, traps that were relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. At least when you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax.
By the looks of it, this is easier than normal.
Eraser. This eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. What the heck? How would you even get rocks in a piece of felt with a piece of wood? How would you even do that? I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser loaded with rocks on my first day. Okay, I guess it can be done.
So,
that's...
I think that's Keiichi.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm pretty sure that's... Because I'm the one at the door who hasn't opened the door yet.
Oh,
yeah.
That's true. So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop?
That's
I
what
reckon
it is.
with my voices,
That's...
Neon will be the generic masculine voice. Brenna will be the generic feminine voice.
Yep.
And Sadako and other characters will get generic feminine voice with a slight woo to it. Like
Okay,
the wound. That's a bridge we'll cross soon.
Okay, it depends on what kind of character she is. Like, if she's, like, sadistic, maybe she has, like, a bit of a unhinged kind of look. We'll see. Aside from unseen prankster, I don't really know much about her, but I guess you do, so that's what Sadako was after. Making me focus my attention upwards, so as I lifted my hand to the door, there were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door handle with tape. Frightening trap. A potential and terrifying trap. I mean, yeah, but also concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination, Sadako. But in the end, nothing is more than the trivial machinations of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange in my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line, and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in almost a picturesque manner. I think that's...
watch out!
Instinctively reacting to Mion's shrill warning, I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor. Ow, ow, ow? An inkstone, filled to the brim, was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation had I landed square on it. Oh my gosh. She's a terrifying little demon.
What do we have here? A fair morning to Keiichi-san. Aren't we a lively one this morning?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from your usual traps, Sadako. That's me, because I'm talking to her. Yeah, that's all good. Oh my
I
gosh, he's
haven't the
evil.
faintest idea of what you would mean, Keiichi. You're quite unlucky this morning, just unlucky.
You little... Ow, 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 ow. Seems I've inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on that inkstone. Some of these people are horrible. A small hand gently rubbed my head.
Pain, go away.
Yeah, she's little. I guess she has a little voice. The small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. That's you again.
You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, the pain disappears.
I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks, Rika-chan. Rika-chan, yep. The pain's going away now. That's you.
Yay, Rika-chan, good morning.
That's you.
Good morning to you, Rena. Good morning to all.
Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. It was infectious. Reina, Mion, and I all bowed back. You're such a good kid. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I am the very model of a good... Oh, sorry, that's you.
Model of a good girl.
A good girl wouldn't set nasty traps.
Nothing but lies and slander.
That's you.
Exactly what proof are.
I picked up Sadako by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with.
I am S-O-R-R-Y.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, I'm telling her. It's like, I am S-O-R-R-Y. Try saying that. If you won't say it, I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Sadako's forehead.
I'm against violence. You don't even have any proof.
Just so you know, my forehead flick really hurts. Oh, it's a forehead flick. Okay. It can split plywood right in half.
Stop! Get away from me, you beast!
Don't say that in a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt.
He's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days.
Rika-chan is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Sadako, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself for the forehead flick. That's you.
It doesn't bother me.
You mustn't cry. Oh, that's you again.
You mustn't cry, Sadako. Keep on fighting, yeah.
Reika gently petted the head of her prankster friend. Oh, they're friends, alright. You would never guess those two are the same age. I mean, they're pretty much the same height, so... I think Sadako could learn a thing, or a million, from Rika-chan. Oh no! She's encouraging her!
Say even more amazing stuff.
Oh no. Wait a minute. As she observed the scene, Reina's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. Okay.
Sadako-chan is crying. So
Cute.
cute.
Oh my gosh. That's a bit weird. As she observed the scene,
You
Reina's
can't
expression...
take them home.
Reina's expression grew static as she began... Oh, wait. Oh, I just realized it's the same. When it resets the text, it looks like there's a thing. Okay, that's you again, sorry.
Oh, but that's so cute.
I guess that's
no matter how cute they are.
But oh, that's you again.
But just for a bit is fine. It's fine, right?
Reina kept a cutesy face, even if as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. According to Mion, Reina is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them home. Object or person. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even... Oh, that's Mion? I don't know.
No, it doesn't matter. We'll
Yep.
just finish the lines we start reading, I suppose, so it's easier
Okay,
that way.
give it up.
Then I can just look. Just looking. That should be fine. Right? Right?
Reina swooned over Sadako's crying form. If ever a girl goes missing in Hinamizawa, I will be forced to turn Reina into the authorities. Forgive me, Reina. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put you away. I think that's beyond.
The teacher's coming! The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. Sarako, that inkstone's yours, right?
Just from Mion's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtack stuck to the door handle were an even bigger problem. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, unless she knew exactly when he was arriving, that trap would have been got by literally anyone else in the classroom. And they were supposedly early all of this time? I don't know. It's weird. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Sadako was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bed lamp from before had been neatly tidied up. That's Reina, I think.
We made it on time. Rise, attention!
Mion gave out the morning commands. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally, she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. That makes sense. Reina and Mion, being in the highest grade in the class, ended up doing mostly self-study. They even help teach the younger kids, so it seems they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. I was gonna say that can happen if there isn't enough if there's only one teacher for that 30 kid classroom. That's a lot of kids for a regular classroom with one set of one set of the same level of students. So yeah, as a result, I'm pretty much taking over. Oops, something. That's Rita.
You're a pretty good teacher, Keiichi-kun. Easy to understand.
Reina took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It's making me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. That is like the opposite of how teaching usually works. Teaching usually solidifies the understanding you have by teaching it to someone else. That's not how teaching works. But if you can't teach the thing, then you're like, oh yeah, I guess I didn't know it. So if you can't teach it, then you didn't know it in the first place. I suppose. But if you do know it, it solidifies it. Makes you better at it. Or makes you figure out how to be better at it. They say that... They say
Oh,
to
they
teach...
said it to the teacher, Owen.
Yeah, I think it's you, yeah.
Hmm. Something you need to understand it backwards and forwards. While you're teaching us, you'll gain in your own practice.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get practice at the thing you're teaching. In contrast, this person over here is quite laissez-faire about things. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on. With these marks... There we go, that's
It's
Mion.
like I'm aiming to go to a prestigious school. I'll be fine, as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams, a little at a time.
Her staunch defiance was really something else. This was a different type of relaxed than somebody who already knew what was going to be on the entrance exams.
Me-chan, Hiei-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too.
You're such a good and honest kid, Rena. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school.
What? Thank you so much, KJ-kun.
Especially you, Rena. Private lessons, just the two of us.
Private lessons?
A puff of smoke shaped like a halo. Exactly what kind of private lessons she's fantasizing about that making her turn so red. I'd like to hear the play-by-play of that next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcard, she threw out a casual question.
In the city, do you have to study this much?
If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into university.
So you study just to get into university?
Well, yeah, basically. Well, knowing this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out here... Oh. That's you.
Oh, frick. Out here, you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough.
Really? Study equals entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That's Rena.
That is right. There aren't really enough people around here, so won't wean them out with an exam.
Do they even have a university though? Wouldn't they need good scores to get into a university in the city? Isn't that how that works?
I'm pretty sure it might be similar to what I do in Australia. People in remote areas nowadays, they get like bonus ATAR because they have received a good quality education. They get bonus ATAR.
That definitely wasn't a thing back in my day.
In my day,
your OP score was your OP score and your things. What they did do. So do they just add onto your score? That's crazy.
So it's either that or they let you have a lower requirement to get in. For example, at the University of Sydney Med School, if you're either indigenous or live in a remote area, it's only 85 ATAR, I think, to get in, instead of like 99.
Okay. Well, I had my pick of unis regardless, but the only assistance stuff that they had was if you met a threshold, which we did, as in a lower threshold of income, you could get a Commonwealth placement. So basically they sponsored a little bit of money. They basically it was a bursary of some description. I don't know, bursary. So anyways, it was I don't know if the grant is the right word, but it was a money thing that you could apply for and get a Commonwealth placement to be sponsored to go. It was basically to pay for living away from home, so having to travel and live away from home for university because there are no universities out there. Here, I should say. Well, there's actually kind of distance one now. It's weird. Anyways, to be able to attend university, they gave you money towards living and things. They doesn't cover everything. It was like a very small amount, but it was an amount nonetheless. And but you had to qualify for the lower income, and you had to qualify for grades and things as well, I think. So kind of like a scholarship, but I don't know if it was actually called a scholarship because they didn't pay for university. They just paid a little bit so you could afford to live away from home slightly better. It was a tiny bit of money, but it helped a lot. Okay, where am I? Yeah. I mean, I guess you could have used it on whatever, but the idea was for it to be used for, like, because you had to find somewhere to live, because you couldn't live at home or anything like that. That is right. Oh, hang on. If anyone can get into university, there's no need to be up to... Oh, is that... I don't know who's speaking there. Oh, this is me. Well, that's true. You should at least know stuff that's common knowledge. Yeah, like, even if you don't need to study to get into university here, you still need to, like, know stuff.
I reckon, just as we read this visual novel, if we start a line, we should just finish it to make it more convenient.
Yeah, well, it'll get confusing. Yeah, that's you, though.
That's
if
true.
I know who it is.
This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying is pointless. You should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things.
It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off, but since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the classroom.
Hey John, we're done! We're done! It's a wonderful lunchtime.
In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the commands that signaled the end of the morning period.
AJ-kun, let's have lunch!
I might have been making a very troubled face. Rena smiled brightly at me.
Why? Oh, that might have been you.
No, I don't think that he would have said, oh, why? I think that was Rena. There seemed to be different cliques even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different, and we had both boys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. The level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Except they shouldn't be quite so open as they were this morning before they arrived, because they got little kids in their group now. Rena and Mion pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Sadako and Reika-chan were slowly lugging their desks over as well. That's you.
AJ-kun, hurry, hurry!
Reina waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open their lunchboxes. Dazu.
AJ-san's lunchbox is emotionally filled with nothing but bread crusts like some sort of desolate plebeian.
Destitute. Plebeian. Destitute plebeian. That's a big words for like a little girl. Oh, that's still you.
Why don't you just show it to us? Come on.
Even though Sadako was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to a lunchbox until I was there. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting.
Well then, represented me, please give the signal to start.
At first, this was kind of embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends. Let's eat!
Let's eat!
We're all saying it together. The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully through the classroom. Okay. Really, though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Of course, there are other boys in the class, but they are a lot younger, so they were scared to approach me. Well, that's to be expected. Younger boys just see older boys as scary. Compare that to girls, well, at
They
least
are
these
very
girls
scary.
are... Sorry?
All the teenagers when I was younger were very scary.
Oh, yeah. Compare that to girls,
They
well, at
all
least
had
these girls
mullets.
aren't picky. Yeah. We... Excuse me. We put all the side dishes in the middle, where everybody was free to pick at them. I thought the girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mion noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As the fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch.
My. Isn't Sir Keiichi's lunch extravagant today?
My, isn't Madame Sadako's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into the fight that Sadako was starting, our chopsticks locked in a cross-counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. Why can't you just eat your own lunch and trade if you want a little bit? I don't know. This seems like...
My, how delicious.
Oh, this
Oh,
taro
yeah.
is good. The stewed stuff is good, even cold. I guess if they're just trading. It just sounds like they were, like, fighting, so chopstick style. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile.
I saved some from dinner last night for you guys.
By the way, Sadako and Reika's lunches are always the same. It seems that Reika makes it for both of them every day. Reika-chan made this too. These taste like Mum's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot rosettes weren't from a mold, they were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. That's beyond.
I guess Rika-chan just isn't good at this sort of thing.
That
She's
seems...
really good at sewing laundry and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing. I sincerely hope that was my line.
Yeah, it is. As the characters appear, it is probably that character speaking. So that was Rina, and now this is Sadako.
Rika is quite exceptional in many ways.
It's the
This is her iconic line from the anime.
Yeah, it's like the laugh that's like the raised hand. It's like kind of, I think. I can't really do it though. That's nothing for you to boast about. I'm assuming that's me. And Reika.
Ren is actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? You know.
It seemed that the topic of conversation... How do you pronounce star, actually? Because she said this a couple of times now.
I just do a little ooh-woo thing at the end.
Yeah, it must be like a shine on the last word. It seemed that the topic of conversation switched to Rena when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rena's lunch was really the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rena's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked this so much before, so I made it a lot this time. Oh, sorry, that's you. It's good, I hope.
It's good, I hope.
It's got high marks from me. Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reach out trying to secure my own portion. Sadako and Reika-chan reached over at the same time, and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoved in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Reina's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Reina. Yeah, that's rude! That's rude, you guys. She made that. She didn't even get any. Man, these guys are so selfish. But Reina seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. She probably made extra for herself because she knew this would happen. I think that's Sadako.
How did you like it? Isn't Renaissance an extremely good cook too? quite different from Keiichi-san.
I said that's nothing for you to boast about. That's Mion.
You're much different from Kei-chan, Sadako. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet?
Sadako's face went pale. Oh, that's you.
Hey, even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know? Of course I can! I really can!
It's really hard for her to lie. That's Rena.
AJ-kun, don't taste good when they're boiled and chopped with mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on her Mi-chan too.
Reina hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed haughtily as she drew closer to Sadako.
Well, just presents a little home ec lesson. Now then, Sadako, what's this?
Mion lifted up her chopsticks. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon.
But that's asparagus.
Mion made eye contact with me, and within 0.3 seconds I had Rika-chan's mouth covered. Holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and giving her two choices. She's pretty terrible.
Well, the yellow one's cauliflower. Wait, no, wait, the green one's cauliflower.
That's...
So which? Probably the yellow one is broccoli, and the blue one is cauliflower, but the green one is, Do you really know which is which? How about you just give up?
I expect no less from the class representative. The oldest. The way she drives people into
That's
corner.
so cruel.
It is really cruel. Like, just be like, oh no, that's this one. Like, seriously, she's only little. Far out.
It's kind of funny though.
The way she drives people into a corner just to show how much experience she has. That's... Anyways, Sonozaki household must be quite the ordeal. That's...
I do know. I really not do. Then answer the question, Sadako. I know.
She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. Oh my gosh.
How cute.
Reina entered the state of euphoria as Sadako bawled her eyes out. Reina was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheek against Sadako's head and smothered her. Really a content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile.
Rena. Mimi's picking on me. Cute. It's okay, Rena. Oni-chan will take... I'm not gonna read this line. I don't have it within me to read it, I'm sorry.
I can read it. It's okay, Reina. Oni-chan will take care of all those bad people who tease my little sister. Whoosh! Woof! Bam! It was like a flash of lightning. What was that? What was that just now? Both of Reina's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in our faces. Before we knew it, Mion and I were spread eagle on the floor, staring up the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one. Oh, wait. I don't know who this is.
Easy, you mean there's something hard in this?
With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back to the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Reina. Alright, they're all a bit violent, I guess.
See, Sadako-chan, I took care of them. Cute. I want to take you home.
Making sure Reina couldn't see it, Sadako stuck her tongue out at us. Tisk, damn it all. Using Reina like a puppet. Reika-chan massaged our bruises without saying a word.
You have to hear me out. The horror's very good. Just ignore all this comedy stuff.
Okay,
The horror
I
makes
mean,
up for it.
this is kind of like how slice of life starts. So you gotta like set the this is a normal anime school and this is where they're at. Like you gotta have character establishment for a little bit, I guess. No matter what the day held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretch off into the distance. That's you.
Okay, tomorrow, do you have plans or anything?
Huh? It was such a direct question for Reina, I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Reina saw me lost for words and realized I misunderstood and turned red as well.
I didn't mean like that, and you see...
So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Reina's in a panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really? So it wasn't meant that way.
Huh? Huh?
Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejection.
Aiken, why are you so disappointed? Why? Why?
Unable to hold it in any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. That's Mion.
I see. This old geezer never knew you could push her buttons like that. Huh? What is it?
Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach while Reina flailed about, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Reina's hair. Kidding, sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one.
That's true, that's true. Huh? Huh? A joke? Since when? Since when?
About halfway through?
Halfway?
Oh, I think that's Mion.
Oh, halfway? So, Keishan, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start?
And that's Reina.
That means...
It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see, saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. So why were you asking if I was free tomorrow, Reina? Oh, that's you.
Oh, well, what were we talking about?
It had been so long that Reina had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me. Oh yeah, that's Reina.
Just Kei-chan, you probably can't find your way around Himizawa by yourself yet, can you?
That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we were playing pin the tail of the donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up from down here. On a mountain? Yeah, I don't know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. That's Reina, I think.
Yes, so you see, tomorrow, we were thinking that Mii-chan and I could escort you through Himizawa and show you around.
That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. Mion?
Oh, whoopsies. You'll come, of course, right?
If I'm free.
You're being invited by a girl, you know.
If I'm free... That's still Mion.
You're probably free anyways.
Ah, thanks for the hydrate. And snacker. Here we are. Ugh. If I'm free. Oh, God. 1 second. I was being stubborn so as not to give clear yes. Dance break. What are we doing for our dance break?
Song 2 of Higurashi and how it turns from cutesy to horror, but we have to stay for the long run to see the horror it looks like.
Well, I've only got chapter 1. Is it in chapter 1?
I hope and pray it's in chapter 1. I hope and pray.
Because at the moment... Okay, we'll see. We'll try and get through it quickly. Hang on. A song about... If I just ask it for a song about where is it? Make sure I spell it right. Higurashi. When they cry. The visual novel. Chapter 1. We'll see what it comes up with. Alright, it's generating now.
So,
we'll keep going until it finishes generating.
How was your weekend?
My weekend?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was good. I got a lot done, which is always good. I voted.
W productivity.
Sorry?
W productivity.
Yeah. But I also played some card game simulator. That's been pretty fun. And a Doctor Who watch party. That's extra fun. Yes.
That is true. I chose to watch anime instead.
And that's your choice. And that is fine. It was us, it was me, Scarecrow, and Pancake. Because we've gotten Pancake hooked into it now. He hadn't seen it before, but we're getting him to watch it. But for me and Scarecrow, it's a rewatch.
Joined in for like 5 minutes, then we left to play Black Ops 3.
Yes, you can. If you don't want to watch Doctor Who, that is okay. You don't have to.
I don't know. I went tire shopping and car shopping.
Oh, nice.
On IRL pics. I did appreciate the BMW compliment though.
I just said the car had a nice smile. Did you not see it though?
The car?
The car. Did you see it smile?
Oh. I did see it smile.
The other car didn't have a smile at all. I honestly didn't look at which one was which. Why is this taking so long?
It's a BMW 8 Series Grand Coupe. It's very beautiful.
Uh-huh.
And it says BMW on it, most importantly.
Uh-huh. Is it done? Is it done? It's still not done! Let me refresh.
Then after car shopping, we went to outlet store to buy tires at very good discount.
Very expensive tires for discounted to somewhat expensive.
I have you know, any buffoon who'll pay $400 for that tire is an idiot.
And how much did you pay for it?
Ooh, the total would have been, I think, 1,400 without discount. Then we got a bit better than 50% off.
You got a bit better than 50% off. So, like, it was $400, and so you got it for, like, $90 then? If it was, like, 60% off or something? No, sorry, say again?
Roughly. Roughly, about 60-ish% off.
About 60.
From 1,400. Yeah.
Sorry, from 400 or 1,400?
We got a few tires.
Hang on. Sorry.
14.
you spent $1,400 on ties.
Oh no, that's how much without discount there would have been.
Oh, altogether. So there
But
was several ties. So you only paid $700 for $1,400 worth of ties, say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. That
And
wasn't my money, so
how many ties do you get for $700?
4.
4? Hang on. You told me the tie was about... Oh, about 200. Sorry. I was thinking $200.
Go a couple.
So you got 4 ties for $1,400. I'm just doing some quick maths here. So it's $350 per tie on average, assuming somewhere a bit more, somewhere a bit less. Oh boy, okay. Like,
But
sure, not your money, you can spend money on things that you want to spend things on money on, but holy cow, that is... I can't fathom spending, just dropping
before
a cool
Before you
$350 on a tie. Or, like, even a dress, if I'm being honest.
before you judge me and Papa Cap,
I'm not
Or if you
judging,
go
I'm
both
just incredulous.
they're very
not judging.
quality,
Sorry?
and he has to use them daily for business, so that's his little
Right.
business thing in Majidi.
And like, I wear some clothes, like, well, not daily, but like, okay, every week. Like, my very nice black pants that I wear for when I used to go into the office for work, they were like $30. And I wear those every day.
That's pretty good for a pair of pants.
Yeah, they're from,
Oh no.
I think they're on sale at Target. I think.
Oh, I got
Or maybe Kmart.
I got
Some of mine are from Kmart because poor. Well, I'm definitely better off than a lot of other people that I can afford clothes and house and such. So
Oh, that's true. That's true.
yeah. Anyways, I just like I get it. Like it's good quality, but like beyond the point of there's like cheap, medium quality, good quality, and then paying extra for brand name. That's the step that I would not take. Like, if I was paying, say, $100 for a really good pair of pants that would last forever, that I could see. But if I paid $300 for a $600 pair of pants just because they had somebody's brand name on them, I don't think I could do that.
Is that an attack towards me?
It's not. I'm just saying that's what I would do. I have
I'm
no
just
idea what kind of
joshing, I'm
brand
just
name that you
joshing.
have. I'm just saying.
So
Personally,
with
that's my philosophy.
with the
I
brand
had
name-
said nothing about you in that sentence.
when you're C-suite and vice president, you kind of have to dress the part, you know. Otherwise you get
Okay,
shunned by
like I see
everybody.
that that's like a cultural pressure kind of thing to have to do. It's just, I guess what I'm saying, it's really foreign to me to do that, and I understand it's a requirement of that social stratosphere of thing that is expected and almost required. I would maybe hazard a guess at. I just have to say it's so foreign that I have trouble wrapping my head around it, if I'm being honest. If I was a C-suite and in charge of a bunch of things and I was the head of the company, I feel like you could do what you wanted, dress nice and professionally, but like you don't have to choose to do things, I would say. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know anything about it.
I'll be leaning towards that. That's the
Sorry?
corporate life is hard.
Yeah. I mean, I know office life, so it's probably not the same as that. Hey, we got the song now. The song is finished. I need to... Don't update. Don't update. I just want you to play the thing that opened. No. Get out of there. Sorry, the thing was being silly. This is my new way of doing... I need to stop the music in the game now. Hold on.
So, what do you think of the game so far?
Generic anime. So far, I mean, like, a bit like the characters a bit over the top violent and sadistic sometimes, but like they do that to play up the characters, like to quickly shorthand what kind of characters are. So if I say pretty standard, pretty normal for like establishing characters, like we haven't really seen much of the bit of the like standard introduction, if I'm being honest. The setting's a little bit different, but aside from that, the attitudes are pretty like pretty cookie cutter so far. But that is to say, we obviously haven't gotten into the meat of it yet. So yeah, here's the song. Here we go. So I've got it so that it shows you the lyrics while we still have the thing up on screen, which is great.
Whisper through the summer's blaze. Lies unravel in the dark night's maze. What we seek and fear, our hearts betray. Cicadas sing a tune of dread and woe. Memories hidden deep where shadows grow. Friends may smile but under moonlight's glow. Danger lurks in places few will know. When the past and present start to blend, twisted games with rules that bend. Who can trust, who will pretend, in a story where the nightmares never end.
This one was not as dancey. I just said write a song. I didn't tell it what kind of song.
Oh well, so is life. I got some good news though. This is when the horror starts in the anime, as it slowly introduces it.
Okay. Well, I mean, if this is, it doesn't give any spoilers, just that things are like betrayal and creepiness, so.
That is slightly involved, I will say that.
Sorry?
There is a very slight film betrayal in the first arc, actually, which is pretty funny. That the song was able to get that right.
Yeah, well, I did tell it, like, specifically that it was chapter 1 of Higurashi, so hopefully, I was hoping that it wouldn't give us away anything that we weren't already going to immediately see, so I'll turn the background music back on. BGM. Yep. Alright, we'll see if we can get through a bit, so we can get to the horror bit. While me and I had our rather sour back and forth, Rena peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been too rough on her, I just gave in. Sorry, forgive me, I apologize. I'm free.
Great!
The trepidation disappeared from Rena's face. Whoops, I clicked too much. Hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to... Oh, wait, that's Mion. Compared to Rena, isn't there? It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rena. But her being annoyed was very interesting, so I pushed Rena forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rena. Maybe it should just be the two of us tomorrow. Leave old grumpy Mion behind.
Huh? Well, if Keiichikun's okay with that, then I guess.
Mion.
No, I'm the one who came up with the idea. Take him around. Don't ignore me, Keiichi Maibara.
It'd be great if... Oh. It'd be great if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rena?
If we bring in a basket, maybe I'll make all the food. Maybe. Don't you ignore me too, Renna. I'll tell everyone that you two disappeared into the hotel district together. And I'm going home right now to start making it. Dedication, me-chan, bye.
Raina bounded off like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that left was me standing next to me sprawled on the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys. That's a
As
Mion.
you came, they become sharper. This old geezer body can't handle it.
Maybe it'd be easier if you stop saying stuff that makes Raina want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the results might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You probably had one. You're probably the only one who can dodge her jabs.
It felt like it was a needle.
Could it be we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial arts master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose to Reina. You need to train up and have a rematch.
Hey, Chan, you should. This old geezer will root for you.
Mian and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Reina's infallible technique. Next scene.
Oh, I love this game. I love that. The anime was a lot better though.
You've received new tips. What? What?
We're mixed grade, but we have the same uniform.
We don't have a uniform. We're a mixed grade. Why is it creepy music? What happens when you click on it? It's only June, but it's already so hot. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping. Me. And at night there are mosquitoes. It may as well be summer already. My only salvation is that the mornings were still cool.
Summer, I do declare.
Sadako was flapping her skirt languidly. That's pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she was still a girl.
Eiichi does seem quite cool for just a single button-up shirt. I'm so jealous.
From how I see things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler. A girl like you wouldn't understand. Wearing jeans during the seasons, how steamy the crotch. Don't talk like that to little girls.
It gets steamy how?
This girl has
steamy how?
got some. Raina's summer clothes have a nice, refreshing color. I feel cooler just looking at them. Am I saying this out loud? That's Raina.
Thank you. I really do feel pretty cool.
I do wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Raina's. Oh, that's Satoko. But Satoko-chan, your summer clothes are so cute, being a one piece and all. I
like to wear all of your summer clothes, star emoji. It's actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe what you're wearing would feel much, much cooler. But it would be so much fun with cute clothes. How?
I had a feeling that Raina and Satoko's base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, our school doesn't have a uniform.
Speaking of which,
oh,
that's you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Raina.
It doesn't. As long as they're proper than regular clothes, they're fine.
There are quite a few students in regular clothes. There are a few wearing uniforms. They were all the same design and rather plain. What's the uniform they're all wearing? They're all the same.
Sailor
That's
Oh, it's a city school's uniform. It's not like there's a rule, but they all just wear it.
speaking of
which, everyone at our group is frick. I can't get my lines
yeah.
right.
No, so I think that's
Oopsies.
me. Speaking of which, everybody in our group is wearing a
That's you.
different uniform, aren't we? Like, as in, this is me questioning, I'm pretty sure. Did you go
Hmm.
out of your way to get them from somewhere? Yep, you.
Why, yes, Mion supplied them. Me, Chan's relative, runs a second-hand clothing store. They get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say.
So you asked those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniforms then? That Mion, she probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. If that must be a strange second-hand clothing store. I get that it's a second-hand clothing store, but stocking clothes from schools all over the country? That's pretty strange. Well, no, actually, because if you just buy a couple here and there when they're cheap, it's actually a lot cheaper just to get random bits of ones instead of sets, because that's what all the other schools. So you take the rejects or the extras of the runs that don't get sold to the other schools. So it would be cheaper to just get a random amount from each, like, different manufacturers and stuff. It actually makes a lot
School
of
uniforms
sense.
are so expensive these days.
Yeah, well, exactly. Even
Almost
like public school
100 bucks for
uniforms.
trousers.
Yeah, well, even public
Oh,
school uniforms
that
are
might be
extremely
possible.
expensive because they mark them. Like, they, and I say they, as in the school has to mark them up because they have to, like, cover the cost. But, like, being supplied to a school, like, the cost is, like, a lot as well. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyways,
Mm.
that's pretty strange. What's the point of stocking up clothes from 5 of their schools they know nothing about? Well, it's just a design, right? It's just like, oh, there's some spares of this. Have some of these.
Yeah, I think so too. They also have used school swimsuits and PE uniforms. Huh? I don't like the idea of having used ones.
Probably not swimsuits. That's unsanitary. Although I guess you could. They do.
That's very
You do
unsanitary.
clean them, so they've been like sterilized and stuff. Doesn't sound like that shop makes much
Doesn't sound
money.
like
They probably have me on pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. I think that's Rena.
Mion says it's a big hit and become a great store. I don't want to imagine their customer base.
Well, I mean, they've only got a few people, but yeah. A secondhand clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit. I don't get it.
I get it.
Alright. Oh, these are just extra scenes. So we know the mixed grades in the. So that's our tips. If we
I
save.
think we continue.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
you're
just.
probably save.
Yeah, because in case something happens and it closes. Let's see how far through we can get today. I took it a little too easy on the morning. On the morning of my day off, I was totally late. Today was the day Rena and Mion were going to show me around Himizawa. Rena and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place.
That's Rena's iconic, very cute dress that becomes important later on in the series.
Okay. So white and purple dress.
Hey, on.
Sorry. The show I was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that.
Oh, so that's your excuse for being late and keeping 2 girls waiting?
Rena.
Me-chan, you just got here yourself.
I think that's Mion.
Last night's episode of Day in the Life was interesting, wasn't it?
She was just as guilty as me. Rena was carrying a pretty heavy-looking handbag. What is that? Mion answered my unspoken question with a wink. That's right, Rena really did make a picnic. That's Mion.
Hey, Chan, after you left, Rena put out all the stops. It's not like I forced her to do it.
Oh, that was me. It's not like I forced her to do it. Rena.
It was nothing, so don't worry about it, okay?
She's... Oh, that's Mion.
She's been like this since last night, you know. Can you take responsibility for this?
Alright. I am a man after all. I'll take responsibility.
Huh?
Rena.
Responsibility for what? For what?
As we both turned around slowly to look at Rena, our gazes drift downwards to the massive handbag she was carrying. It didn't seem logically feasible it would be entirely filled with lunchboxes, except this was Rena we were talking about here. About 2 kilos, I guess, depending on who's talking. Oh, here we go. That's Mion.
When Rena was picking it up, I could see she was struggling a bit. I say 5.
Rena.
You're exaggerating. Kei-chan is a boy after all. I thought he could probably eat a lot, so I made a lot, okay? Let's get going. Heave ho!
Just from the way she was lifting it up, I couldn't believe the only things in there were lunchboxes. Correction, I say 5 kilos too. I'll help out, but all of it needs to be eaten. I won't forgive you. Oh, that's Mion. I agree to that, okay.
I won't think if you make Rena sad. Got it?
The only thing I could do at that moment was exercise a bit to make myself hungrier.
Sarah, I got time till about 12 o'clock, so we should get to the horror section before that.
Hopefully. Well, we'll be really quick. Having finished with the pleasantries, we began our leisurely stroll. A carefree walk bathed in the gentle morning sunlight. I couldn't even have imagined something so wholesome existed during my time in the city. These were the boonies after all. No slovenly desk jockeys trudging to work on the weekends out here. It was a really nice place, peaceful and quiet. As sparsely populated as the village was, you could still run into people just by walking around. Ah, good day, good day.
Oh, good day.
My 2 companions exchanged greetings with everybody we ran across. All of these passerbys even knew my name. When did I become this famous? We passed 3 people, and when all 3 of them knew me, I started to feel a bit paranoid.
Paranoia comes in clutching this. It's a bit sad to say everyone knows everyone since there's so few people here in Himizawa.
So that means when an unfamiliar face walks by, they automatically assume that it's that Maybara fella who just moved here.
Yeah, that's how it works out.
It was a process of elimination you could only pull off in a place like this, but it was quite effective. From now on, I better make sure to maintain a good reputation. The day I'm discovered accidentally gawking at a dirty magazine in the bookstore, I can expect all the villagers label me as a lech by the next day. Hinamizawa is not to be trifled with. That's not the end of this nightmare.
Of course, the first person we met was old man Takuzu from the Bakino
Takuzu.
bike shop. His hobbies are bonsai and playing the flute.
I think that's me on there.
Next, we met the grocer's second son, Daisuke-kun. His hobby is sharpshooting and hopes to become an ace sniper in the future. And the person we just met was Mio-san, the nurse from the clinic. Her hobbies are birdwatching and photography. Now, just remember Mio-san for no reason. You know the
Okay.
names of everyone was passed.
This me. You know the names of everyone we pass by, and even their profiles? Seeing my surprise, Mion and Rena exchanged looks and burst into laughter. Well, oh yeah, that's, Mion.
Well, yeah. Not like the city people, but people hardly know their neighbors.
Then let's try it out. You there, who am I? You're Keiichi
Depends
Mariba.
on
That's just a
idea.
random. You say some mean things,
You
but
say
you
some
actually.
mean things.
Oh yeah.
I'm a shy person. It's been 3 weeks since you transferred here. Your hobby is second afternoon naps. Lately, you switched over to wearing boxes. Didn't you?
That's enough. That's enough.
That's no. What the heck?
Boxes? Oh, I don't know who's talking here. Doesn't matter. Apparently, there's absolutely nothing you can keep hidden here. Hinamizawa was not a place to be trifled with.
Oh, sorry, I had a question.
Mm?
As a West Queensland fellow, do you agree with all these small town things?
It depends on the town. Like, it's hard. They haven't said the population of the town, because there's a difference between a town of like this feels like a population like maybe of a couple of hundred people if you know everybody and you can tell when there's a different person, as opposed to a more of a hub town where you can absolutely have people you don't know, but you know quite a number of people, and you know, there's a network of people where you have like somebody who knows a thing, but not everybody knows everybody, but you know most people, at least in your network, and then your network knows other people. It's different depending on the size of the town, kind of thing. But you definitely you basically can't go downtown to Woolies without seeing somebody you know and go, hey, how's it going? You have a bit of a yarn. That's, that part is true. So it's
Me
like
and Bitsy
seeing
rewatched
people
it.
you know as you walk downtown is pretty standard, yeah.
We kind of concluded that roughly just under 1,000 people.
Sorry?
At the town of Himisawa had under 1,000 people.
I would say at least under 1,000, if not less than that. Given that, of a school, unless it's a really weird town where there's not hardly any children at all, if you've only got 30 kids in school age, you need to have at least, you need to have like fewer than, I haven't done the maths, but like if you had a town of 1,000, it would be a weirdly low number of children. But if you had, say, like I said, I think 500 feels about right without doing the specific maths. But yeah, that's a very, very small town, if not fewer than that, probably. This feels like you guys are showing me off rather than showing me around. That's
right.
yeah.
We're parading around like this after all. Don't you all think so too? Each has been right in here in Himizawa. The population in Himizawa is shrinking. But the villagers welcome anyone who's new here.
I thought about brushing it off with something to the effect of "you're kidding me," but I held back. Had I ever greeted someone who just moved into a city before? Thinking about that made me believe what they said wasn't a joke at all. We passed another person. Of course, we were called out again the same way. Bye-bye. Good day. It's wonderful seeing you getting along.
This lady here is Shima-san.
Oh, Mayaba-kun. How wonderful for you, having a lovely girl in each arm. How are you? Getting used to life here? Instead of regurgitating a prepared response like I would have in the city, I responded with an emphatic nod. The old woman chuckled, voicing her appreciation of how energetic I am. Good.
Good.
As I look back over to Rena, something. Oh, who's talking here? Maybe Rena?
So then maybe about time to have lunch. Maybe.
Rena's brilliant smile signaled the approach of an event that both me and I were trying to forget. We both looked at each other. I'm a man. I'll do what I can. It's just too much. That's Mion.
It's fine, Kei-chan. Leave it to this old man.
Mion has never seemed as reliable as she does right now. I'd expect no less from the class representative. Raina, if we're going to eat, we may as well go somewhere with a good view.
Oh, yes.
That's still
Oh,
Raina.
it's a good idea. I agree.
Raina nodded her head happily in response to Mion's proposal. Oh, that was Mion. Whatever.
That's so.
So I
cute.
just want to say, just for a quick second, normal visual novel. I say normal. There's two different ways. There's the long. This is, I can't remember. It's a specific type of layout, of text layout in in uh in Renpai, and then there's the box form, which is down the bottom. Now both versions should allow you to actually label the speaker, but you can choose not to label the speakers. You can just simply have words in the thing. The fact they chose not to use, because I absolutely believe this was made in Renpai, because I can't see why it wouldn't have been, but the fact that they chose not to label the speakers is very off-putting, because even if you were not trying to read it out loud and do what we're doing, if you were trying to read it as if you were imagining the characters and like playing along the story in your head, sometimes you don't know who you're trying to imagine by when they're talking.
want-
So yeah,
No, this wasn't made on Renpai.
it wasn't.
Renpai released in 2004. This released in like 2002.
So it's like Higurashi when they cry made with. I wonder what they made it with then. End scripter. Okay. End scripter. Ah, it still has labels. They just
But-
chose not to put them in.
I have good news. The other visual novel I highly recommend. They do have the names in the box format.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in the box format. Like this, the top level thing. What do you call it? The top down reading version, like we have here at the moment, is fine. You just need to put the speaker's name on it. Otherwise, it makes it impossible to know what you're even reading. Anyways, it's fine. It's just it makes it difficult. Cresting the top of the stone stairway, a shrine drawn straight out of my imagination appeared before us. Is this where it gets creepy? Are we nearly at the creepy part, or is this whole scene going to be nearly? Okay, because if we have to get through the scene onto a new scene, we're probably not going to make it through before 12. The fallen leaves have been swept up, giving it a tidy look. That's Rena.
I don't see any. I was looking at. I'm an idiot. Never mind. I'm so sorry. This here is Higurashi Shine. It's probably the best view of the best view around.
That's Mion.
This place, be sure to remember it. Oh, on our next break, a festival will be held here. That festival is when the horror starts happening.
Wait. Okay, so this scene doesn't have any horror in it either. We're not going to get to it.
The scene doesn't, but it alludes to the horror.
It doesn't though. Isn't it a bit early in the season for a festival? That's
No,
Mion.
Hear me out. Watagashi isn't a summer festival. Long ago, it used to be a celebration of the end of winter.
I was embarrassed for assuming that festivals had to be held in summer. Yeah, you can have festivals whenever you want. Now then,
What are the lunchboxes and there?
various coloured lunchboxes were placed one after the other on top of the plastic sheet. It sure did smell delicious. It was Raina's home cooking. It went without saying that it would be delicious. But is it even possible to finish all of this? Hey, Mion, it'll take more than just a good view to get all this down, you know. Ah! Back up!
Good afternoon.
It was
It was
Reika-chan.
Rika-chan. It's not a girl.
It was Reika-chan and Sadako.
Whoopsies.
Why were they? There was no koi box. Mion grinned over it at me. I see. This was her secret plan. Power in numbers. You have my thanks, Mion. Following up when all the pieces are in place is my specialty.
We just had to come and see. There was such a commotion. What is the meaning of this? Count.
Take a look. It's time for lunch. Buffet style. A hand-made gourmet meal made by gourmet meal made by Rena.
I can
As you-
see that much. Why have you laid out a trap on
a top.
I knew that.
The temple is public grounds. It's not yours. That's you.
She is right. This is everybody.
That sounds like it's gonna be, wow, Rika-chan is such a good girl.
Okay,
Have a
that's
seat.
Rika.
Eat with us. That was Rika, but I think it sounded like Rena was talking, but anyways.
It
After
could've been
opening up a
Rena
spot
or,
for Rika...
no.
Yeah, it more likely she's saying that like Rika's a good girl because she's cute. After opening up... Oh, yeah, it could have been Keiichi too. After opening up a spot for Rika-chan, I promptly turned my back on Satoko.
1 second, where's my spot?
No spot for you and nothing for you to eat. That's Reina.
Don't worry, there's some for you too.
None, I'll eat all of hers.
I will not allow it, Rika! Yeah, chopsticks.
Both Sadako and I leapt at the boxes. Oops, I clicked too soon. That's
Man,
Mia.
really, Kei-chan? You're really good at leading people on. You might have a talent for this. Have a plate, one for Mii-chan and one for Rika too.
Reina whipped out pairs of chopsticks and paper plates.
If we don't hurry, it'll be all eaten up. Okay, I commence this battle. Please eat a lot. There's enough for everyone. Star.
Star! Reina said as she opened up a thermos. Just then, I realized this lunch was made under the assumption that 5 people were eating. It didn't change how much there was, but the implication behind it was different.
I will not allow you to have this hamburger.
Hurt using your elbows against the rules, Sadako.
Stabbing the back of the collar also against the rules.
It was a tough battle, blocking her full momentum and an elbow in the opening move. Sadako appeared to have the upper hand, but the difference in our proficiencies with chopsticks proved to be fatal and gave me the upper hand. Ah, the last meatball! Sadako Hadajo has been bested. Numb! Sadako and I ambly began choking at the same time, falling backwards and spasming. Amiably choking. How do you amiably choke? Anyways, Rika-chan patted me on the head to clear it, even though it was actually stuck in my throat. Seeing that made Reina blush and breathe heavily in excitement. It was almost like flowers were floating all around her.
How can you choke while being friend? What the? Oh.
And, like, you're being amiable, you're being, like, easygoing, but also joking somehow. Mion advised Reina to refrain from saying anything that could get her locked up. This is how our meals usually go. I'd do anything in my power just so things could stay like this. The intense battle calmed, and finally everyone reached a point where they could begin talking. Receiving tea from the thermos, I let out a small sigh. I do wonder why there's so few words in Japanese to praise how something tastes. That's Mion, I think.
Isn't it because the idea of togetherness during a meal doesn't begin until the modern era?
That's Reina.
It seems that long ago people ate in silence. It must have made the people preparing the food a bit sad, don't you think? It's because everyone back then, the people were busy even while eating and didn't have the time to compliment the flavor.
That's just you.
But you know, just hearing that, it good makes me happy. That my effort was worth it. I mean,
She blushed a little as she said that.
It was delicious.
With absolutely perfect timing, Reika-chan struck Reina directly with praise. She looked straight at her with an innocent expression of bewitching innocence.
Oh? Oh?
After Reina uttered an unintelligible noise, a ring of smoke rose from her head with an audible poof. Oh, that's...
Boy! Rika-chan, I'm gonna take you home. No, I mean, thank you. It was really delicious.
Reina flushed red with excitement, embracing Reika-chan, Reika-chan and rubbing her cheek against her so hard you could almost hear it.
To reward Rika-chan for her plays. Ta-da! These are special. 2 apple rabbits. After sticking toothpicks into them, she thrust them towards Rika-chan.
After Rika-chan accepted them, the mood suddenly shifted in a bizarre way. What is it, Sadako? What's with that defiant look?
Has anyone prepared proper praise to receive apples from Renaissance? Don't push yourself. What kind of praise can you think up with your weak vocabulary? Well then, allow me to show you.
After Sadako flashed Mion and me a defiant look, she changed the tone of her voice suddenly.
Hey, so Rena, Oni-chan's lunch. Sadako thought it was yummy too. Ooh.
Sadako looked at her powder. Sadako looked up at her powderly while talking cutesy. What? How was that praise? That's not even persuasion by tears. That's persuasion by cuteness, isn't it? This is Arena limited special skill. She blushed and her head spun, waving around in circles. Don't fall for it, Reina.
Oh, how?
Of course, that was asking for the impossible. Reina glommed Sadako and began rubbing her cheek against her.
Cute! Sadako is so cute. Take you home, how?
Swish, stab, push. Sadako was also presented with apple rabbits. After stuffing them into her mouth, she looked over at Mion and me with that defiant gaze. It only took 5 seconds to take down Reina. That's unfair, to think she had such a trick.
If it upsets you so much, why not reward Renaissance with some praise?
Damn it, that was a dirty trick. First of all, that wasn't even praise. That's Mion.
Sadako, you think you won with that, don't you? How about I show you guys something much better than your superficial gimmicks? What kind of trick is it?
Any chance gonna be the one who does it?
What?
Why don't I have you show me then?
I have no idea who was talking
the
there.
hand rat of old maid.
Yeah. The plan of attack she suggested was wicked, but it was the only thing we had to beat Sadako. After sipping my tea, I started talking very naturally and calmly. Perfectly. Really is good, isn't it? This is all freshly made, right?
Oh no. Actually, most of it, almost all of it, was frozen stuff.
Then which ones did you make
Then
fresh?
which ones did you make fresh?
Oh, oopsies.
Well, it's embarrassing. Do I really have to say? Must I?
From the synergy of boy plus handmade lunch, her expression had melted into pure euphoria. I already know. This one, right? Reina turned an even deeper shade of red. The words, "I can't believe it," practically written on her face.
Me too.
Of course, Mion had told me beforehand. It'd been perfect so far. After acting like I was shy, I waited a beat. Next would be the finisher. It had your smell. Silence enveloped the area. Reina, face still completely red, froze solid. With a small yelp, Sadako also blushed. Of course, I did too. I sure would like to try one of Reina's handmade apple rabbits or something. Even if this was all because I was competing against Sadako, I felt like I crossed the line by a good 9 yards, I think. Then at that moment, whoosh, it was a Tupperware container filled with rabbits.
Please eat some, Keiichi-kun.
Huh? A hurric? Dozens of apples were shoved into my mouth, knocking me over.
Say, Keiichi-kun.
My head was forcibly laid upon her lap, and even more apples were shoved into my mouth. While she was squealing, one apple over another was forced into my mouth. More and more apples. This is me. How's about apple? How win? How about them apples, Sadako? Looks like we win. Because his mouth is full of apples. That's Mion.
Hey, Kun, that was a beautiful sacrifice.
That's still you.
This is our complete victory, isn't it?
That's Sadako.
I can't believe it's such trickery. It doesn't bother me at all. Pounce.
Sadako ground her teeth, mortified. We did it! I claimed victory as my consciousness drifted slowly away from me. Okay. At that time, Reina stopped her squealing as she suddenly realized something.
Rika-chan, you're not eating. Did the salt water make it too strong? Maybe?
Looking over, Rika-chan had pulled the toothpick out of the apple rabbit, placed it under her cupped hands, and seemed to be at a loss for what to do.
Oh, Mr. Wabbit, I feel bad for him. I want to save him.
That was the sound of blood squirting from Rena's nose.
That's Reina still.
And I will take you home.
Star emoji.
She shook sporadically, her head wobbling back and forth. Then, coming back to her senses, she took all of the apples around me, gathered them up for a whip, and fixed them back up on the plate. Now they're all just fine, Kay. Here, I'll give them to you, Rika-chan. Oh, sorry, that's Reina. Sorry. Rika-chan raised up Sadako's hand like a referee after having that plate of rabbit shoved to her. She whispered,
This is our victory.
Whoa. What? A comeback?
Hi. I just don't care anymore. That's me with my mouth full of apples. Thus, my sacrifice ended up being in vain. Didn't he want to get the apples? Like, wasn't that the point? To, like, win the apples? There was no horror in that second chapter. I was lied to. That second section, I should say.
Maybe we finish it off here. Was the scene finished?
It was a fun-filled, crazy day. Yep. But as soon as the sun began to set, the end of the day really did come quickly. Yeah, 5 minutes to finish this. Thanks for today, Mion. I had a great time. Sadako and Rika-chan went home as well. We parted ways with Mion. Hey, Mitzi. We are. Where does my thing go? Come back here. Why is it doing that?
Spoopy Narco Bitsy?
It's not very spoopy at all yet. Just with Reina and myself enjoying that. I guess I understand Doki Doki took a long time to be...
It's the build-up.
The build-up. But, like...
Trust me.
we were probably never going to get to the spooky part for Spoopoween, so that's okay. It ended up with Raina and myself just enjoying the evening air on our way home.
Thanks for coming today, Keiichi-kun. Was it fun?
Yeah, lots of fun. Almost feels like a waste to go home now.
Oh, then well, would you like maybe taking a little detour? Maybe, just for me, Blush?
A detour. Is it far?
It's a bit of a walk, but it won't take long.
Since we had been
Since we
walking
have
around...
to walk...
That's me. Since we had been walking around all day, I must have seemed a bit tired. Not feeling like teasing Raina, I quietly nodded. Is it raining or is that a waterfall? Geez, we went a bit far. How far did we go? We're walking forever.
We went to her favorite place.
Traversing a small path and up a small hill, the land suddenly stretched out before us. There, what looked like the remains of a dilapidated construction site came into view.
It's the unpopular opinion. Rana's way better than Rika will ever be.
I don't know yet. I'll withhold my judgment until the scary bits actually happen. A large heap of garbage spread out towards the swamp. Oh, okay, excellent. Probably illegal dumping. I recall it being in the newspaper.
Fufu, it's been quite a while. I wonder what's here.
When you say it's been a while, you mean the business you had here was with this garbage pile?
It's not garbage. To me, it's a pile of treasure.
Raina had already entered that well-known cute mode of hers. So that mean there was something cute here?
Well, a new pal. I can't wait.
She bounded up the unstable slope. I expect no less from a born and bred country girl. Oh, hey, wait.
I'm coming.
Okay. Oh, that's it. I don't know. They really just need to have the labels on there, man. My city race self was completely pitiful.
It's
That's you.
alright. Stay here, Keiichi-kun. It won't take long.
Raina kindly declined my accompaniment. Don't fall. Watch your step. That's you.
I'm fine. It's nothing at all.
Literally bounding up the heap of trash, Raina disappeared over the other side. Didn't like being left behind, but I was still pretty tired from the whole day, so I just ended up waiting. Without the lively Raina around, the surrounding area quickly fell into silence. The cry of the Higurashi, "Oh! They said the thing! They said the thing! They said the thing!"
The thing.
Gently cooled the air. Fairly exhausted, I began to feel a little sleepy. Just then, the sudden noise of scattering pebbles alerted me to someone's presence. Startled, I turned around. Standing was a typical-looking photographer. He spied over at me through his camera. His body was tanned and fit, but something about him seemed unreliable, and he had a bit of an aloof air about him. Well, it didn't seem like he was a bad guy in any case. Should I do this guy? Whoa, you surprised me.
Sure.
Although startled when I turned around, he overplayed his reaction. That was my line. I'm the one who's surprised here. My bad. I didn't mean to startle you. Are you from Hanamizawa? I gathered that he wasn't from that question. Unfazed by my suspicious outlook, he introduced himself without my prompting. I'm Tomitaki, freelance photographer. I come to Hanamizawa from time to time. I didn't ask who you were. Quite rude to photograph someone without consent, one would think. My bad. I mainly photograph wild birds. They can't refuse, you see. Ha 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 ha. So what you're
I get it.
You're saying I'm the same as the birds? No. Well, you see, the image of a young man in twilight was just picturesque. I apologize for trying to take your picture without asking. Adults are pretty slick. All that annoyance I felt for being startled just flew away as he butted me up. I had no intention of hanging around with this guy trying to get cozy with me, except it didn't seem like Raina would be back soon. But this older guy, Tomataki-san, he didn't mind my cautious responses and continued rambling on by himself. That's Reina, I would say.
Keiichi-kun, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finished now.
Reina popped her head out from one of the lower piles of garbage and waved her hand.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
you have
guy.
You have someone with you? What would she be doing over there? That's what I wanted to know. Oh, yeah, right. Dunno, maybe she's checking on that dismembered corpse that was out here. Oh, dismembered corpse that was out here long ago. Tomataki-san looked shooken up by that for a moment. I responded like as I would if I was talking with Rena and the others. Oh, that was him. Okay. It was quite a disturbing incident. They still haven't found one of the arms. I still don't know who's talking here. That's Reina.
Sorry, Keiichi-kun. Sorry to keep you waiting. Well, I guess.
I'd best leave you two lovebirds alone. Again, my apologies for startling you, Keiichi-kun. Tomataki-san chuckled suggestively and then disappeared into the twilight. Missing my chance to retort put me off a bit. That's Reina.
Keiichi-kun, are you okay?
It wasn't Reina's fault, so I decided to just brush it off for now. How was it? That's me.
Fine.
How was it? Find a treasure trove? That's you.
Oh yes. So listen. You see, there was a Colonel Sanders doll.
A Colonel Sanders doll? Rena? Like Rena? Like that?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
Rena? Those statues have always had, those
Rena?
statues they always have out in front of that fried chicken place, that life-size dummy. That's a thing, apparently. Is that a thing? I remember reading something about Colonel Sanders' statues of some point. Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
telling me.
Goodness.
How's that cute? Okay. I couldn't tell how she decided what's cute or not, but, well, she seems to want it.
Brandon's so cute. Anyway.
It's just garbage, right? No one would care if you take it home, right? It's become the base of another part. Oh, that's Rena.
I
Dig it.
can't dig it out easily. Therefore, no lamppost over there, so it'll get dark pretty soon.
Raina seemed quite down about finding her treasure and not being able to bring it back. I'll help you out to repay for that delicious picnic you prepared today.
Rana? Itsy Poo, Rana?
I'll help you out.
Rena. Is it Rena? I don't know. I haven't listened to the anime or anything, so I don't actually know. Rena.
Oh.
Rena.
Rena?
Rena. Okay, cool. Rena. Cool. I'll probably forget. Birds heading home to roost proclaimed that nightfall would soon be upon us. That's you.
Keiichi's going to help. I can take Colonel Sanders home. How?
Rena struggled along as if intoxicated in a dreamy state of mind. I tried asking her in a way that wouldn't take her out of a cheery state. Hey, Rena. Long ago, did something happen here?
Seems like they were building a dam here. I don't know the details though. How?
Just wondering
So,
if
you want the good news now?
What?
This is where the horror begins, the damn site.
Oh, okay. So we got there a little bit. Just wondering if you knew something about an accident or something.
I don't know.
Her tone was disturbingly frank. It sounded like more denial than an answer. I must have appeared rather dumbstruck. Rena quickly lightened her expression. Actually,
Actually, I didn't live here until a year ago.
Huh? You transferred here too? I was sure that. That's
So
you.
you see, I don't really know much from before that. Sorry, Star.
Don't really know, don't want to talk about it. That was kind of the feeling she gave me. Thinking about it, of course, it would be like that. This wasn't the type of things girls would enjoy talking about. It was quite a disturbing accident. It seems they haven't been able to find one of the arms. It's as if Tomotaki-san said, and then I had the feeling only the Higurashi would know. Oh, okay, finally a creepy line. Da 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 da. Okay, we'll finish it there. That's the end of that section because we got the little bit. Renner,
Woohoo!
Renner. I'll try and remember. Sorry, yeah, I need to hear it first to like know it, or otherwise I'm just guessing. So we'll save that. So we're done for today. We have the end of chapter 2 of chapter 1 somehow. It's a chapter 1, but it's chapter 2. Section 2, whatever I guess we could call it a chapter because the whole game is a chapter, but it's a chapter of a chapter. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
We
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it was so far. It has just not to say that it's basic or anything, but it has seemed like a pretty standard anime character slice of life bit so far. It's in an interesting location. And the characters seem fairly straightforward, but that will be obviously that's on purpose, right? Like that's how they build up Doki Doki is like
It
they
is
give
on
you some
purpose.
standard characters, some standard like tropes and things like that in order to subvert them later. I'm assuming. I'm just making some assumptions here. So,
Yes.
we'll play
I
more of
won't
this
confirm or
another day.
deny.
Well, I mean, you already told me it's a horror game, so you can't deny that bit. Who shall we raid then? Shall we?
Taki, I know someone. Daikki. There are 3 Ks in it.
Are you sending that to me on Discord?
Oh, I sent in Twitch chat, but I can send it to
Oh.
you in Discord as well.
Oh no, that's right. I found it. I had lots of things open. So. Let me do the thing. Twitch raid.
Yes, we got the fairy bed. Right. We bring fairy bread.
Oh yeah, you ready to go?
Yes.
So what's this person like? What do they do? What kind of things do they do? Just so I can say on the stream.
So, I know it's the boyfriend of a VTuber in Mod 4. But he's like a white noise streamer, so he's very good for raids. He's just like white noise you have in the background.
Sorry, what does that mean?
So he doesn't have a mic. He's just like a background noise streamer.
Oh, so he
It's a
doesn't
certain
talk
type
or
of
anything.
streamer.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize. Like, so a mute. You're saying a mute streamer who just streams like game. Does he do games? What does he do?
He plays games. He's a big gamer at heart.
Oh yeah. Don't know what. Okay. Well, yeah. We'll raid then. Oh, doesn't accept incoming raids apparently, so we have to pick somebody else. Sorry.
What? Taki,
Oh.
you slacker lacquer. All right.
Do you have anybody
have
else?
no
Otherwise, I'll just
suggestions.
pick one of these guys who are online.
I know someone. Wait, I know someone.
Yeah.
I'll send it in Twitch chat. Is that how you spell his name? IXNINEVT 9.
All right. Let me have a look. Okay, tell me about this person, so I can spook him.
He is a corpro VTuber. He plays games and is a very enjoyable and funny guy.
Cool. So VTuber. So did you say corpo? Sorry.
Yeah, like corporate VTuber.
Oh, corporate. For what? For a corporation? Or just
Yes,
gen?
for one of the smaller VTuber agencies.
Oh, right. Like an agency one. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Cool. And looks like he's playing the Voidness at the moment. Cool. Let's raid. Starting the raid now. Um,
We got the new raid message. I'm so happy.
yay. Yeah, it took ages. It took so long.
Alright, I'll hop
Raiding.
out of VC. You have a good
Yeah. Bye, everybody. Bye.